Discipline. So I just actually shot this, but I didn't like how I talked about it. So I want to talk about it a little bit better because I just completed a 3-day fast. And sometimes people even thinking about not eating for 3 days is a really tough thing for them, or doing anything, pushing themselves past the limit is sometimes a tough thing for people. I hope if you're picking up on my frequency, you're someone who knows that it's time to you're either three things. You're either someone who knows this shit and needs a reminder, or you're someone who is coming into this sort of, empowering themselves, which you need to be doing every damn day, or you're someone like in between where it's like, you know this, but you're really on the edge, and my video could be the thing that pushes you over. You never know. I think that's my 3 things I'll go by when I talk about these concepts in future videos. But discipline is so important. The regular definition of discipline goes as this: the practice of training people to obey rules or code of behavior using punishment to correct disobedience. Now, you don't have to go that hard on yourself, but just how the human mind is programmed through symbols, repetition, and trauma, we're all traumatized as a baby. And then whatever we collect along the way growing up programs us to be who we are. The egos, the everything, the masks we wear, blah, 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 right? Now we're going to get into discipline. Discipline is simply this: you need to discipline yourself and you will see your life change. I just did a 3-day fast, right? And it's been a while since I've done it, but my body, I woke up one day and my body was like, yo, we need to go on this because it's just time for a reset. There's so many benefits to a 3-day fast, and I'm going to make a video on that. But as for discipline, you have to be able to overcome whatever your mind throws at you. You're not your thoughts. Remember, you are the master. You are the master of your emotions, your actions, and the way you think. You can start affirming yourself. Affirmations, one of the most powerful things in the world. And I'm going to make a video on that too. But discipline, you have to, this is why I say, like, every time I talk about something, it kind of transcends the greater overview of everything interconnecting, because affirmations are a part of discipline, but you can explain them in 2 different videos if you truly wanted to. But at the end of the day, everything connects. That's always what I say. That's my thing. Puzzle pieces. Everything always connects in nature. So anyways, with discipline, you can use, drills to teach yourself, training yourself, school, anything. Education could discipline you. A regiment, all those things can discipline you. And for something like a fast, I had to use affirmation. So what happened for me is not the food. I'm kind of used to not eating sugar. A lot of the reason people do fast sometimes, and don't quote me all the way, it's a lot of people that I've met in my reality, they do it for either sugar or they do it for healing an ailment in their body, blah, blah, blah. But it's some of the times to cut sugar or reset their body on sugar, because you cut out everything and just drink water, right? For me, when I fast, it's to clean my gut for the intuition, because when you say you get that gut feeling, well, that's where it's felt. It's your gut. I don't want to say that I'm limited to something like my gut being fucked up to block my intuition, but it most certainly can. Sometimes the way people eat can affect their moods and their mood swings and the way they think. For me, I feel like I'm a little bit transcended above this because, again, I'm more awakened in my mind. So that's my awakening process. I kind of did the flip where my the top 3 chakras opened up, is what I'm trying to explain. So really nothing physical really fucks with my mind. I'm kind of in my mind all day, and that's exactly what was reflected to me on my fast. Now, where the discipline comes in with this is I'm going to also explain something on my old channel, but where the discipline had to come in is I had to train myself to be able to ignore thoughts. When I do a fast, the idea of hunger doesn't even cross my mind. It's literally everything pulling. So Candida is a parasite in your body that makes you crave sugar. And I really believe, if this is all energy, frequency, and vibrations, that these things inside you are of a low frequency. So when you have low vibrational thoughts, depending on what you consider those to be, for me, it was things like doubt started coming up and blah, blah, blah. And doubt, anger, madness, guilt, all of that. Madness is actually good on that list. But all those things started to come up out of me. It was almost like the fast was purging those things out of me. And I went through immense mood swings when I usually have a really good control of my emotions. And that was the first day. The last 2 days were a breeze. I felt high. My body was buzzing. It was crazy, going through the muscle atrophy and all that. And what I realized where my discipline came in is being able to tell yourself, like, no, even if your body doesn't want to sometimes, it's that moment where you're like, no, we need to meditate right now. And it's as soon as you get the feeling to do something and it's going to benefit you, you hop on it. You don't make an excuse. You don't basically try to shake it off. That is those small moments that'll compound over time to where you start to trust yourself also a little bit better when you move on exactly how you feel. It's exactly how I make these videos, and it's how I'm going to get into how I discipline myself for my old channel too. People would ask me, how do you put out 6 videos a day? Man, I got some of those requests and I got inspired. That inspiration built up in me. You have to build it up yourself sometimes, but it can be the external because, vice versa. If cause and effect can happen to the cause. So cause and effect and cause. Don't like the effect, change the cause. Don't like the cause, change the effect. But so for me, I started with a lot of it coming from my mind first. Felt inspired, got delusional, just disciplined myself to every single day I must get a video out. It doesn't matter what it is, I put a video out. Those little behaviors compounded over time. That is a drill. That is a regimen. A drill is more like in the moment, things you drill yourself through. So I could say during the fast, I was drilling myself to meditate, keep the affirmations up like I got this. I'm a beast. I'm a god. Let's do this. Let's keep moving. We got this. Another day. And affirmations are so powerful because those voices, that voice, that thum, depending on how powerful you need to say it to yourself or how subtle you need to say it to yourself, it is affirmation. It pushes you forward. It puts things in motion. That's what the universe is. Sound, frequency, vibration. You're moving yourself forward when you say those things. Om, when they're meditating. Om. So you're like, move on. Let's go. Move, push. You're literally telling your genetics. You're telling your DNA. You're telling your bodies, your cells, let's get a fucking move on. It's time to push. So that's basically, I'm impressed in myself right now. So I'm stopping. Jesus, because I'm really hoping with this channel I get out exactly, I'm making sure I create a great foundation with these beginning videos here, because when you go back to them, I want you to see what I'm all about, and I want you to see what you're all about for yourself. Remember, this is all about you. This is about me for myself being able to put this stuff out here, but I need you to be inspired. I don't need you to do anything, but I need you to realize what I'm trying to do. It is only ever to inspire. And I feel like when I did my other channel, I didn't, I'm not referencing it here by name because I don't want to associate it with this one, but I feel like I didn't do my best in really putting out what I stand for and what I stand on. And I want that to be, I want to make sure I put that out so if anyone tries to come and correct me, like it's like, no, I know what I'm about, and I could pass it off more easy. Because there were so many videos where I've said so many different points of view, and that's just because I'm somebody who doesn't get locked into one point of view. But, whatever. That was a little side note. But anyways, disciplining yourself, that's what it is. Creating a regimen, coaching yourself, drilling yourself, training yourself. That's the same with working out. If you want to get in shape, you have to get up. You have to remain consistent. And see, and that's why I say these videos can interchange with each other, because discipline and consistency are not too far off from each other. I can make a whole video about consistency and it's going to sound like discipline. And some people would say, oh no, that's because you are explaining discipline or you are explaining consistency. But no, it is consistency. Everything is consistency. Because if you discipline yourself, you're going to, there's actually certain things that consistency do completely like separate itself from, if you're talking about just the root of consistency itself. But think about this. So in discipline, delaying gratification. We live in a society where it's like the likes, clicks, all that instant gratification. I need people to like my photos, blah, blah, blah. First of all, I'm going to tell you right now, I never understood it, but I understood it when I started understanding human behavior as I got older. I never understood it when I was younger. I would always think those people were weird, but I realized that, first of all, I'm hella weird. I got called weird, but I loved it. But I had to realize that they were trapped inside of a mind control. It is a type of manipulation that is just birthed with social media, but it's not social media's fault. It's just the tactics that are being ran on them. So delaying gratification. Everybody always sees what people has on social media, or whether it be a big star, and they never think about the journey it took them to get there. It actually happened with me on my old channel too. I had a girl straight up just disrespect my whole thing, and it was crazy to me. And I was like, wow, they don't even know the journey. But that's also why you can't let it get to you. And that's a part of discipline, delaying your gratification. You have to understand that not everything comes overnight. It could. Don't ever take that to heart, because I believe beliefs create reality. So don't ever think to yourself, it can't happen overnight. But don't ever set a limit that it has to happen overnight, because then if it does, and if you set something like that and it doesn't happen, you're going to be disappointed within yourself. So don't do that. But just give it time. Say, it's already working. It could come anytime now, and just leave it in the works. And that's it. And, it's a funny thing is, another thing that I see is somebody said that discipline is dedication to reality. And like I said, dedication, consistency. It's just consistent mindset in a direction that you want to move, and you're not going to waver for anything that happens in your external world. You need to keep that world alive in your head, that you're training this discipline within yourself to experience. And that is it at the end of the day. You're going to move in this direction, and no one's going to stop you. And that is just simply that. You're not going to stop yourself, because you're your own worst enemy. You're in your own race. So therefore, there you go. You're in your own race. So discipline yourself. And with that, I bid thee a farewell. I hope this video helped you out. Get up and get fucking moving, because that's what we're going to do on this channel. So get up and start going for what you need to go for in life. All right, I'm out. Peace.